Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim with another video for Raidshadowlegends. Today we have another free-to-play Spider 10 team. This one has no arbiter. It looks a little bit safer and consistent. Only 2 legendaries involved, and there is a Renegade in here as well. So 2 legendaries are both free. One of them is going to be Lydia, and the other one is going to be Mafala. So this is what we put together. Brimstone is nice, it speeds up a little bit but not required. We have a double Royal Guard. Again, the blessings don't really matter and the +4 from Lydia doesn't really matter, but what does matter is a shield set and a bolster set. And what this is going to do, this is going to give you survivability that both can stack on top of each other, and we're also going to have shields come in from Mafala. So before we go into this, there is a couple of things that we need to be aware of. Everyone needs to be faster than 250 speed. That is one thing that's important. Just bear that in mind that Renegade can be slower than 250 speed. All we need is the 1 turn for her. So this is Mafala's stats. I will go over the stats in a minute because I'll show you the masteries as well and the gear. But right now we have the hex to go up and then the cleanse when need to. For Lydia, we just need to prioritize the defense down and weaken. Now it will fail if you do not land the defense down and weaken, unfortunately. So it's not 100%, but let's bear in mind when you always use a defense down and weaken, AoE on a spider would never be 100%. However, the more tanky your shield set is, the more it stacks. The more tanky you can make your Royal Guards, that's also really important. So, but on both Royal Guards, we turn off the A3 and we have the A2. Now, you'd need to survive at least 2 turns because a Royal Guard, and because you're using Renegade, then that makes it a big difference. If you have Kaima or Yamiko, that's going to be better. So, again, our Royal Guards are faster than 250 speed. And you can see we've got quite a bit of stats on us as well. Renegade is 184, and that's a part of my Fire Knight team who is already in shield set. So that's the preset. Let's do a run quickly and then we'll explain this. So Mafala and Mafala is in here for the hex, which will allow you to do more damage. And also will give you a cleanse, so that's really important. And then we want big nukes in, so if you're slower than 250 speed, the spider will take a turn here. 1 Royal Guard will be slept, that's why Mafala is in here, alright? So just to cleanse it off if you want to. I've kind of left it this way just because it started working and I didn't see any point in making it different. So there's the second turn from the spider. As you can see, the bolster set and the shield set is still there, and then we have the cleanse. Then there's a nuke and a Royal Guard. The second Royal Guard would be ready with the nuke as well. So a fairly nice team. Bear in mind, I have seen 30 seconds of this team, but there is RNG, and what the RNG is, we landed Brimstone from Mafala. You can have Brimstone on both champions, by the way. So it's something to bear in mind to make it more consistent if you wanted, or speed it up. But also Royal Guard has the cooldown option as well on his masteries, which we'll go into in a second, which can also make sure that he gets a cooldown. If you got reflex with them stats, it will be really good and more consistent as well, especially turn off the A3. So we're going to do another run. 45 seconds, Spider 10 hard. The speeds are not ridiculous except for the Royal Guards. It is quite a bit of speed with the critical damage and stuff, but we still have a full go on another Royal Guard, and that is something to bear in mind. So you can drop the critical damage and possibly do less damage as well. So again, super nice team. We need a shield set and a bolster set, or 2 bolster sets, because bolster does stack, and that's something to keep in mind as well. And again, yeah, just keep it going. the spider takes a second turn. And I think it's honestly a lovely team. People said Renegade can't work. I love to prove people wrong. Again, another 42 seconds. We will go over the builds in a second, and I'll show you the builds and everything. So it's also important for Lydia to go first because of the increased speed, so that's also another thing to make in consideration. I think maybe you could possibly drop your royal guards down to like 248 maybe, with increased speed if Lydia is putting increased speed up, but for personally, just to be safe, I went to 150 speed just to make it safer because we can get the stats and stuff like that. And as you can see, the spiders took 2 turns. Everyone survived, including Renegade. Now if Renegade goes down after she does the reset, that's perfectly fine. You don't need her after she does the reset, so that's something to keep in mind as well. So yeah, I think this is a super good team. If you haven't got a fast Arbiter, I think this is a safer bet. Arbiter has to be faster than 300 speed. I will ping that video after this one. It's a same kind of team, but it's also I don't think it'll work a Renegade as well. So this one for me is more friendly. A lot of people get Mephala before they even get Lydia, so for me this team is so doable, and I think it's a great team. And there you are, 32 seconds. That's fast as my main team with Kaimar, Arbiter, Lydia and double Royal Guard. So again, shield set, we have a bolster set, and then 2 nukes from Royal Guards, so nuke builds. And the Mephala can be built as anything, she just got to be fast enough to go before the Royal Guards. You can just put her in precision. Mine's untouchable just because of Dragon 10 for the extra buffs to get nuken for the dragon, so that's one thing to bear in mind. There is a couple of masteries that will also be key as well to this, and I've mentioned it already a little bit. So we'll go over the masteries and builds very quickly. What's that? 5-star banner? We saw that. So let's go over the builds then. So we have got Mephala in the lead for accuracy aura, so this will help you a little bit for accuracy if you're struggling for accuracy. If you don't have Royal Guards, you can also use a Husk as well, and maybe Husk might be a little bit safer with bringing a stun as well, just to slow down the spiderlings, you know. So that's one thing to bear in mind. So these are the masteries. You can take War Master to speed this up. We got good defense, good HP, good speed, so we're talking about being faster than 250 speed, and then we have good accuracy as well. So we've got resist banner, obviously for the passive. Accuracy banner is more important, and stuff like that as well, so that's something to bear in mind. You don't need the gear ascended either. We're going to go over Lydia next. So we spoke about Lydia, she's not even fully rolled. She has got fairly average gear on, and again we built her tanky to make sure that shield stacks very nicely. So you don't need her as a +4, but you still want to prioritize HP, good defense, good speed, faster than 260 ideally, to make sure that she's going before your Royal Guards, and then good accuracy as well. So that's one thing to bear in mind. And then here we've got this one here, just for shield set. Again, War Master might actually be faster, but again I use her in arena, so she runs a completely different build most of the time. And then we're going to show the Renegade next. We have War Master here. You don't need masteries on Renegade, you just need her booked out on this ability here really. And then again, speed 184. Again, I think you can make her fast, but you do want to prioritize HP as well. Don't need accuracy, accuracy is for finite, so forget about this. The only thing you need to prioritize is good speed and a good HP. So the shield set can stack nicely on the bow stand. As you can see, none of them are fully rolled, so you don't need to worry about that. And then we're gonna go over my Royal Guard. So the Royal Guards are probably the hardest build because you do want it faster than 250 speed, which is pretty important really. But overall I think this is a really nice build. So again, 253 speed. We want good HP, so HP is really important. Obviously good critical damage, so it's important to go HP chest. Ideally a HP banner as well, but we do have a defense banner just because it will give me the speed to be over faster than what I needed. So again, this is normally my Hydra Royal Guard, so I took out a Relentless just to make it a bit more consistent. The Relentless could actually be another way to get around the ability of needing just that one cooldown for the nuke a bit faster. Phantom Touch is definitely the blessing to go if you do have this available for Royal Guards, because you get extra critical damage and some extra HP as well. Support trees not really important, but we do have War Master here. We do have Life Drinker as well, which is really important. But this is where you might get 30 seconds. Cycle of Violence allows you to gives you like a 30% chance of getting a one cooldown on your skill. So on the A2, if this procs with A2, this will make sure that the Renegade syncs nicely in time. You can have this on both Royal Guards as well, and again, if this doesn't hit hard enough, then the other Royal Guards was ready to nuke as well. So even if you don't have the crazy critical damage that I have available, as long as you are keeping that in mind, that's one thing too. Also, refresh is really useful for this as well, because this allows you not to even need the Renegades if this does proc. And refresh is really kind of like really consistent as procking, so that's something as well that you want to bear in mind. I wasn't lucky enough to proc it in my runs, but if I do, then this will speed up that run as well. So you're stacking RNG on top of RNG, and I think overall it's a really solid team. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of this team. Hopefully this helps a lot of you guys out. I think it's less gear intensive than the last free-to-play team that I made, but this is very friendly for free-to-play. And again, if you don't have a Royal Guard, you can use a Husk. So there is some options there. Obviously, if you have Charisma, this would be a better team if you're lucky enough to have her. And again, another 30 seconds here, and as you can see, I've done quite a few runs. It's going to be quite consistent, so I really think it is a worth team to invest in. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Now Renegade is in the meta for Spider 10. GG, and you could just build out a full nuke team with the survivability stats that's needed. Bear in mind, you've got Strengthen, which is going to help you stay alive. You've got increased defense as well to keep you alive. That is also another thing to keep in consideration. Let me know in the comments if you like this. I really hope you do. I really hope this helps a lot of people. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe so I can keep bringing you videos like this to help you improve your gameplay and to become more endgame and to make more silver, which is what you want. And again, I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you on the weekend when we're streaming. We will be giving a count away on Friday as a count giveaway at grimreapertvraid raid. So it's also another thing to bear in mind. I'll also put the video towards this so you can enter for the giveaway if you fancy. Till then, peace out, and I'll see you soon.